Got some goodies. Hello world, how's it going? Hope you guys are all doing great. So I got a special treat in the mail today, and it comes from my buddy Kyle from Kyle's Wild World. I don't know if you guys have heard of him, but if you haven't, you should check him out. He's got a channel as well, and I'll link that down in the comments and in the description as well. But anyway, he's a hobbyist like me. He breeds his own stuff, keeps all his own tanks. They're all planted and everything. He does great work. And I love what he does. So who better to buy some plants off of? Because I know he's going to have good stuff. Oh, and I also got some more white clouds from Charlie Grimes. He stopped by today and dropped me off a few more white clouds for my other two, so they're not so lonely. But check this out, isn't this cool? So he made a YouTube play button and then the LRB logo coming out of it. How freaking awesome is that? Like, I'm gonna have to tear down this box and save this. And he also did this drawing on the other side, which I love. Got Beavis in there trying to swim with some fishes. Of course he's freaking out. But awesome work on this, Kyle. Such a nice tree. Like, when I got that package, it definitely put a smile on my face. Like, I'm gonna have to cut this off and like pin it somewhere or frame it, cause that's pretty good work. Loving it, man, loving it. All right, now on to what's in here. So as I mentioned before, I got fish and plants. So there is a type of fish in here. If some of you guys watch Kyle's stuff, maybe you can guess what it is before I show you. Look at that handiwork with that knife. That knifesmanship. Alright, so this has actually been sitting in here. I'm wondering if it's got a heat pack. It was pretty warm today. Probably should have got to it earlier, but man, things get really crazy around here. So I don't always have the chance to get to it right away. Alright. Love the mystery layers here. This is definitely plants. So let's see what's in the Target bag. Smells like plants. Let's go ahead and move this over here. Whoa! Those are fish. Sorry, fish. But no, I'm pretty sure they're plants. You can tell by the weight. It's not water. And I'm not 100% what I can't remember what I ordered. I just picked all the cool ones that I knew that would work well in my tanks. I didn't really write them down or remember them. But I'm glad he labeled them. That's awesome. The paper's kind of overkill. I wouldn't say he necessarily really needs that. Really, when you're shipping plants, all you need is the bags. But still, nicely packaged, like it's not going anywhere. These things were riding on a cloud. Sweet, nice Downoy. I don't know if you guys seen his Downoy, but it is fat and healthy. So I've got a couple of those, looking good. Some pink ram's horn. Alright, I know I didn't buy these, but I was talking about these in a live stream. I wonder if he heard that and just threw them in there. That's pretty cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. And look at these bags. These are some nice bagging rigs. I don't know how he bags that, but you can tell he's got something to seal it. That's pretty nice. Lymphnophilia. Head of something another. Picture looked great. Should grow pretty good. And some AR. Scarlet Temple. That's the big AR, not the mini. And some Bacopa Colorado. This gets pretty. Should get quite a lot of color to it. I'm going to try to up my varieties of Bacopa, that's for sure. And what we got here is some Brazil moss. He must have thrown this in too. So I don't remember ordering this. And I don't think it's one I have. So thank you for that, Kyle. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. To trim down tank, sweet. Sweet, I almost asked about like a trim package, but I was like, I'll just buy from his website and just do it like everybody else does, because he, you know, I'm not trying to cut a deal on him. He works hard for the money, so I don't mind giving it to him. But thank you for all this down oil. This is awesome. That's huge. That'll go a long way. That's a lot of down oil. That will go a long way. Alright, so oh, what's this? Got some leafage. Shipping me that greenery. I believe these are mulberry leaves. Cool. I've been getting into leaf litter a lot, so this will be nice. I don't mind throwing some leaves in my tank anymore because, heck, it's all part of the ecosystem. So thank you, Kyle. I appreciate that. No, I always say I appreciate it instead of like thank you, because it truly is more like, hey, I truly do appreciate it. Which thank yous are good. Just how I do it. We're all different. Oh yeah, these are fish. Now you can tell these are fish because I got that water weight. Uh-oh, one's kind of wet. Soggy. Just a little water. A little water never hurt a fish. Alright. So, let's see what we got in here. Some nice boots there. Hey guys, like those boots. Should I get those? They're pretty cheap. What are they? $9.99? Yeah. Not. Alright, so what do we got in here? There they are. So those are shellies. Been talking about these for a little while off and on. About getting some shellies. And I finally pulled the trigger. Kyle had them. I was already buying all the plants. I only meant to just buy plants. Like, I was honestly just trying to get plants. But you know, I had to check out the fish section, and he had some shellies, and I've been wanting shellies for a long time now. And also today their shells came in, so I've got 2 packages of this escargot shells. So these are like actually made for cooking and food industry, where they put escargot in it and people eat out of it. I got it off Walmart pretty cheap for 36 of them in each bag. And I'm planning on making 2 tanks, so that's why I got so many. That way I got 2 colonies and I can kind of mix them up. That way the genetics stay deep. So there's 2 in there. Wonder if there's 2 in here, and do I got an extra? Kyle's already been hooking it up. Treating me good. See, here are the real perks of like doing YouTube, you know? Yes. Pretty fishies. I got my light on, so I'm not going to hold them up to it too long. Then what's in here, since there was 4 in there? Did he hook me up with 6? Or is it a mystery fish? Yes, 6. All the better. Man, nice size too. Look at that size on it. Hey, look at that duckweed. And also got some free moss in each one. So that's a score too. Uses a little pad in there. Alright. Sweet. Not a bad haul for today. Went to go put Charlie's longfin white clouds in the QT, and if you see those little white circles, those are eggs. They're in the bag breeding. I'm having trouble breeding them in a 40 gallon. What in the world? See them kicking them all up? That's pretty cool. So if you don't know who Charlie is, Charlie Grimes, he's a legend. He's a real OG in this hobby. He's been doing it for a long time. Master breeder, most well-known guy in my club. And he's been doing this for like 65 years. I got a fish room tour of his in my fish room playlist. Now, since this did have duckweed in it, I'm going to show you a quick tip on how to get this duckweed out of here. And see how it's all kind of collecting over to the side there? That's fine. Alright, now so you want to maneuver the duckweed over to one side. Try to get it to flow out, but keep the fish down in the... These fish are really curious about the top of the water, so I'm going to need more water than that. Now I would recommend using aquarium water to do this, to fill in there. But since I have a carbon block and my water's good, I can just use this water because they're not going to be in here long. They're actually going straight to a QT. I just want to get the duckweed out first. And you want to make sure it's good temp if you have this sort of setup. Alright, so this is a good fish to actually show you guys this on because they are tricky. Because they want to come up to the top. But you just keep pouring it out. Getting whatever's... Alright, got myself some support here. How's it going, buddy? You want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi. Alright, he's come down to make sure I'm doing it right.
So bright.
It is bright. Yeah, I got the light on, don't I?
Yep.
Yep. And as you can see now, that's just the first initial pour. Pretty much got all the duckweed out of there. Easy peasy. Where are we going? That way? We gotta put this moss up.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep.
Yep. What to do with this moss? Just keep it in there for now. So I've been getting all the tanks ready for Kyle's plants, and even got the multis, their little home going here. But I was going to put these plants in their new home, and then some of you guys may remember, I did a video of my new fish that I got from my Circle City Aquarium Club in Indianapolis, and these are the plants still in the bag. It's been over a week now, and you can see they're still pretty healthy. Nice white roots. It's amazing how long they can live in a bag, and I just kept it dark. Alright, so here's the shellies in the tank. They're kind of wondering what's going on because I turned the light on them. They should be sleeping right now. Same with these fish. And then I got the plants in, and also more plants up here. And I did I put some of the plants up here of the types and some of the types in here. That way this is LED growth and this is T5 growth. Alright, so there you have it. There's my goodies for the day, and pretty excited about them. I'm still going to have to quarantine the shellies, even though I know they're pretty clean. We'll just toss a couple shells in there and watch them for probably a week or two. Probably won't give them the whole long haul, because they'll end up getting their own tanks anyways. And I'm going to have to end up making a planted tank for all these plants. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these yet. It's already late, so I got a long way to go today still. And don't forget to check out Kyle's Wild World. He does indoor, outdoor aquatics, and he even does some native expeditions. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, maybe you learned something. And until next time.